Okay, it's Friday, November 7th. This is Weather Outlook. The outlook that's coming up is colder with some snow next week. Not for everyone, but snow next week. People get carried away when you start talking snow. We're not looking at any big snowstorms unless you're by the lakes. Then you might as well get your shovel out and plows. But I'll try to go through each storm individually. This ain't clickbait because I don't make any clicking money on this. Like somebody said, you just say this for clickbait. I don't, clickbait don't matter to me. I don't really care. I just try to do the best I can on the forecast. Now, this afternoon. We have a front once again coming across the state. Some wind with this, and you can see some spots in here where there is a little bit heavier rain as it comes through. We move this out. This one takes you to, let's see, let's take this to about 7 this evening. Here's 7 o'clock this evening. You can see up northeastern PA, it's kind of broken up a little bit, but the main line is back here south of Pittsburgh and heading up towards State College, which is in here. And this is again around 7 o'clock. And then as it moves across the state, you can see it's a good line right here. This is around 10 o'clock tonight, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. And then you can see it go through. And it does pick up a little momentum when it gets down here towards Philadelphia. You might see a heavier storm shower, maybe even a rumble of thunder, but I'm not sure what the thunder is with this front. And as you can see, it moves through. And this takes you to about 2 o'clock in the morning. Most of Pennsylvania is out of it. Jersey, you're getting through it. Delaware, this is around 4 a.m. There's 5, and there's 6. And as you can see, there's no snow associated with this. Never said there was going to be any snow associated with the first storm coming through. As we move this out a little bit, you can see there is some lake effect, but you got to really look up in here to see anything, which is in New York. Doesn't affect PA there. But there's your rain, and then you have Sunday, which we have a low off here. We have a front right here. Kind of puts a monkey in the thing. What's going to happen? This heavier rain stays off into Jersey and Delaware and southeastern PA. This would be around 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. You can look way up here into the lakes and towards Canada. You can see there's a snow shield up there. Um, Out of ahead of it, you can see we have like rains in central PA. We have some rain moving in here through western PA. Heaviest stuff is out here in Jersey and Delaware. If you're wondering about Saturday's highs, you can see some 50s, even some 60s down here in Jersey, Delaware, southern PA down here. Colder to the north where the rain was, the clouds, and as it goes into Sunday, you can see in towards the morning, it doesn't really get very cold. Again, this is around daybreak, around 7, 8 o'clock, and you can see it warms up on Sunday, basically ahead of the storm. You can see 50s in the south, and you can see that cold air starting to drizzle down in here up by Bradford out that way, and slowly trying to sneak its way in. And then you can kind of see the front here. You can see it moving to the east. This is around 7 o'clock Sunday night on the 10th. Right now, the precipitation with this would be in the form of rain. You can see the snow behind it. As the front comes through, the temperatures drop. And as you can see, there's scattered rain across eastern PA. Not the greatest of weekends. And you can see this slowly moving across western PA. This is Sunday night around the 10th. You can see Erie down towards Pittsburgh, even up by Bradford, changing over. And we just moved this a little bit. You can see this starts to move up north. The temperatures behind, and here's your snow. The difference in the temperatures is you can tell right here. Here's eastern PA. You can see the warmth here, and you can see this is where it's streaming up, and this is where your cold air is streaming in. It's already 31, 32 degrees out here in western PA. Say you get to Williamsport, it's in the low 40s. Keep going east down towards Philly, they're in mid 50s. And mid 50s down along the shore. But all this is going to come across and cool things off. And let's just show you here that there could be some gusts, some winds. This is normal for November. You got, as the front comes across, the winds are coming out of the south there, and these are the gust winds. These are not sustained winds. So that's where that's at. Um, if you're wondering if we have snow up to Sunday night, again, even though it's changed over, you got to go close to the lakes here to see any accumulation. Everything is just basically light, maybe a dusting in the Laurel Highlands on Sunday. That's your storm for Sunday, but things will move east. Now, this is Monday around 10 o'clock in the morning. You can see pretty chilly for 10 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures out here in western PA, even up in the Poconos, close to freezing or below. And it's not going to change much as you go through the day. This would take you to around 5 in the afternoon. Temperatures are continuing to drop. They're into the 20s out here in western PA, northern PA, and even in the Poconos, right around 30. And down here towards Philadelphia and Harrisburg, and all temperatures are starting to drop. They're into the lower 40s, but that allows what falls out of this off the lakes here to be as snow. Now I'll show you how the banding is setting up. This is what comes through on Sunday. Then behind it, you can see that snow starts to move in, and then it kind of sets up off the lakes. You see it? And depending on exactly where these go, it's depending who gets the snow. But as you can see, this takes you all the way to Tuesday morning, and there's still snow squalls coming off the lakes and still going. And this takes you to Tuesday afternoon. You can see they kind of go along the border up here. The wind direction changes, and then you have a little bit more. And then this is when southern PA can actually see their first snowflakes. You'd have to be up in the middle of the night on Tuesday until Wednesday to see it, but it kind of comes through. And again, scattered rains and then or scattered snow, and then you got this next front coming through around the 13th. Ahead of it, a little snow, behind it, a little bit rain, and then it gets cold again, and then your squalls are setting back up again. Now you can see up in the northern part of PA, up towards the Poconos, you even have some squalls and some flurries. These aren't heavy over in the east. They can total up. But this is Thursday afternoon. There, you can still see the winds bringing it off the lakes, but it's less on Friday. And as you go through the day, now you have another storm that's going to come east, and this is going to be warmer air behind it. So then we get into this sloppy crap where it snows, freezing rain, then changes to rain, and it's kind of a messy Saturday night into Sunday. There it is around 1 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. You can see it's snowing eastern PA, then there's a little mix behind it, and then it turns to rain and then moves out of Dodge and up into New York and into New England. And then we're back into this pattern, and we will end up getting back off the lake some snow squalls again for the most part. And then we have another front coming through with just rain, and it begins to warm up a little bit before it gets more cold and comes in behind it. Now I'm looking ahead into December, and I think after the 7th of December, um, we trend colder, which is a good sign if you're looking for snow for Christmas, which I am, but I'm not about to make a prediction for that. Now, we move the snow totals out. Now, remember, these are totals out from today through the middle of Tuesday, and this is looking at the fact that there could be a band coming across here. Um, Again, it's the direction of the wind that's going to control a lot of it. And then you can see as we go into Thursday, and these are just totals. But if we take this all the way out to the 23rd of November, that's kind of what we have for totals and snow. So you can see the lake effect that's kicked in. And if you're way up in the Tug Hill Plateau in New York, you can be snowmobiling. In New England, I'm sure the ski slopes will be open by then. If you look at what the totals are, what it looks like as you go into New England. Um, Let's see if we can get this to work. There it is. See, they're getting a lot of snow up here. So, again, if you go up skiing, that's where to head to. Up to Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate New York, Lake Placid, out that way. Good skiing up there. And I know a lot of guys go snowmobiling off of Lake Ontario here, and there'll be some very good snow there. There could be a couple of feet of snow total. But again, this is not one storm. This is everything together. This is what it totals up to. So we got to wait down here. There is a chance of some flakes down here, but I'm not sure it's going to accumulate anywhere in southern Pennsylvania. Now, these are your temperatures. The way they're going to run this week, again, below normal, you got some very cold nights coming up where there could be some teens and 20s in a lot of areas. Everybody probably sees it below freezing temperature at some point. And then as we move this out a little bit, we move this. You can see it begins to warm up, or after the first week after the middle of the month, it warms up. But then you're going to see this cold air start to expand. Right, this is around Thanksgiving. You can see it's getting colder, and then as you can see, as we get into the first week of December, almost the whole nation is cold. This is the Let's move this out to the second week of December. And you can see the coldest to the east, all the way down almost to Florida. And then it doesn't really get let loose. The cold air keeps coming in all the way into the beginning of December. And I think you're going to see a big outbreak just before the holidays. And this would be your 30-day snow totals. And the reason I'm showing you this is with that cold air that comes through, there could be snow all the way down here. Down here, again, this is a long way out, but the big thing to look at is your snowpack is building to the north, and it's exactly what I thought it would do. And you can see off the lakes there's getting their snow, and it's setting up for winter. And again, winter don't start till December 21st. And then the other thing is if you're looking for daily forecasts, I put them on the weatheroutlook.com page daily, but my specialty is to look ahead and try to figure out what's going to happen down the road and give you a heads up. All right, everybody take care and be safe.